Hi guys, cold calling is a great way to get leads, but many salespeople find it challenging and tend to feel under pressure doing the task rather than just having a good time and enjoying it. So I'm going to try and help you with this little video that I put together. In the new year, you might remember my message. In that message, I had said to you, try do something different in 2021. Well, I'm going to give you something different to focus on. It's a very easy yet very effective way to help you get more quality leads from your calls, but it'll also help you to feel more in control and a lot less under pressure making them. Too many salespeople sit there at the end of a day absolutely exasperated, having made dozens and dozens of cold calls and yet not felt like they've made much progress at all. This is really common because I speak to salespeople all the time and they'll say to me that they not just find it hard to make the calls, but they find it really hard to make that many calls and still remain motivated to carry on making more. And often they'll say things like, I'm just not getting any better. I watch programs, I read about it, I listen to people, and then I tell myself I'm going to be better the next day. The next day I get up, I make more calls, but it just isn't working. What am I doing wrong? Well, the reality is you're not doing anything wrong. This is about pressure. And I'm going to relieve you or tell you how you can relieve yourself of all that pressure that you put yourself under. I'm going to tell you how you can be as relaxed and as upbeat and as motivated as you tell me that I look when I'm making cold calls on video. But first you have to put away your numbers head. Stop focusing on how many calls you make in total each day and start to think about having good quality conversations instead. Having an enjoyable day, just talking to people, and right now communication is something that you probably need more than ever, so just enjoy it. You know, this is your chance to make new friends, to learn something new about someone else's business, and all the while you can be profiting from it as well. So as I said, forget about how many calls you make in total. It doesn't matter. The only thing that you should be measuring is how many quality conversations you have. And by quality conversations, I mean calls where you learn something new about that prospect that will help you to determine their worth to you. Now, in order for you to be able to know their worth to you, you've also got to have a list of qualifiers. So the kind of qualifiers will be things like, do they fit your customer profile? Do they have all the potential to gain value from your offering? And in that case, can you easily show them that value? Another one might be, what is the size and structure? Because this will help you to determine how much potential, how big this can actually have, and therefore how hard you want to chase it. You may want to know who your offering will involve, i.e. the stakeholders, the end users, the budget holders, and if your offering involves public sector or other long-term contracts of any kind, then perhaps you should be aiming to learn about the incumbent and their contract period and when they're going to review it. So there's a few examples there of qualifiers, and also you may have done some research before you started to call the person, and therefore you'll probably add some questions to help you to complete the picture and understanding of that prospect. I just want to say at this point that, you know, your list of criteria might differ to somebody else's list of criteria. So your qualifiers should be yours and not anybody else's. Now, if you don't have a list of qualifiers, or if you want to check what qualifiers you have, give me a shout. I'm happy to help you to determine what your list should be for your particular offering. Now, the great thing is that if you're able to obtain any of that information, such as what we listed above, then you've made some progress. And that is what I would call a quality conversation. So here's what I want you to do. And this might shock you a little bit, but I want you to have just 3 quality conversations a day in your first week. 3. I know it seems too easy, right? But remember, a quality conversation is not one unless you learn something new from the prospect about them, something on your qualifying list, or something which tells you the prospect's potential worth to you. So if you can't actually tick a qualifier off your list for these calls, for any of the calls you make, then you can't count that as a quality conversation. Do it for that week, and then at the end of the week, I want you to sit down and think about how many of those quality conversations you're having on average in that week. Now, then you've also got to ask yourself, could you have made more of your calls quality conversations? In other words, did you at any point just pick up the phone, have a quick conversation, put the phone down when you realize that the decision maker isn't in? Did you even attempt to have a conversation with the gatekeeper, which is something that I've said in my videos before? Gatekeepers are great for helping you to have those quality conversations because they may have some information that will help you to make progress. Okay, so think about the many times that you could have had a quality conversation and you didn't. And then from that, I want you to set your next week's target in relation to that realization that you've just had. All right. Now, of course, if you have more time to make the calls, then yes, you can set yourself a bigger target, but don't set an unrealistic one because you'll just get disappointed and demotivated again. So that's it. It's very simple and a very effective way of being successful with your cold calling and also be in control of progressively improving those calls. Remember, time to reflect and plan on how you can make those calls better at the end of each day is crucial to getting your targets right. Watch my videos to help you to reflect and see what you could have done differently. So good luck, but honestly, trust me, this will help you to stop focusing on the wrong thing and start getting a much better return on your time invested. And also it'll help you to feel more motivated and much more in control. All right? Trust me. 3 quality conversations. All right? Take care. I'll speak to you soon. Stay safe.